Hello wonderful witches and Wiccans out there in the wonderful world of witchcraft. Today we're going to be looking at the Egyptian Oracle decks. Now I've had a kind of enthusiasm for Egyptology, and I really wanted some decks which reflected the Egypt theme, like Anubis, Isis, you know, kind of incorporating the gods and everything to do with Egyptology. So I came across two decks. One was the Isis Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and the Auset Egyptian Oracle by Elizabeth Jenkins. Jensen. Jensen. Yeah. So two lovely oracles that I came across. One that I like more than the other. We're going to start with the Isis Oracle. Really beautiful box, really nice colourful box. This is quite a popular deck. I've seen quite a lot of people use it. It has beautiful backings of the cards, a lovely scarab beetle. It's very gold, very lovely. The artwork's really beautiful with this. It comes with a book. It's just standard text. No colour pictures, but that's extremely helpful if you want to use this deck, and I'll explain why later. So we've got beautiful coloured cards. We have like Soul Retrieval, we have the Divine Sun Child, we have Entering the Tomb. So as well as Isis, it also has stuff to do with Egyptology, which I like as well, like Entering the Temple or the Cartouche. If you know what a cartouche is, it's a hieroglyphic name for someone. Like Tutankhamun would have a cartouche, or Akhenaten or something like that. Chariots of Ascension, Divine Destiny, and it is really beautiful artwork here, beautiful artwork. And they use artwork from like the pyramids and all sorts, and it is very much to do with the feminine. But there is also stuff like abundance and stuff in there, past lives, the mother of life, the miracle of Osiris, of Isis. Osiris is in that card, that's why I said that. But it's lovely, beautiful, gorgeous cards with absolutely stunning artwork. When I first picked up this deck, I thought, well, this is a bit hard to read if you want to use it as an oracle deck, because oracle decks, you mean to look at the picture here, and miraculous healing of the goddess. Now, miracles of Isis. Now, unless you didn't know anything about Isis, unless you are an expert on Isis or know a lot about her, this is going to be hard to interpret. She brings many miraculous healing of the goddess. Yeah, but the picture you can't really read as an oracle because it's Isis and Osiris. You know, do you get what I mean? Like, it's hard, it's not easy to read it as an oracle, as in you look at the picture and you try and get what it is. But I think with all these decks you probably need knowledge of the subject anyway. But I think you can read with it, but I think it's very much, you need to research the book, which I don't like decks like that. I like to read them myself. But it is very much a beautiful artwork, gorgeous artwork, you know, with like the pyramids, and it is got lots of different themes, as well as Isis, but it's mainly about Isis because it's the Isis Oracle, isn't it? But the book, I think you have to refer to the book a lot in that regard, to that one, and that has stunning artwork. Whereas in this one, it's more simple, but it's more easier to read, if you get what I mean. I really like, this is my favourite one out of the two. Comes with a little book, and I found out the other day when I was going through the book that for each card it will say, what if you get this card for abundance, it will mean this. If you get it for love, work, career, travel, health, family. So it's really helpful, this book, because every single card, it gives you what it would mean in a love reading, abundance reading, a work reading. And I think that is fantastic. Every deck should do that, because that is brilliant for helping you learn. But these decks have the beautiful blue lotus flower on the back, with all hieroglyphs as well. And this is a smaller deck, not as in a smaller size, because the Isis was a bit bigger, and this one's a lot smaller box, which is handy for storing. But this has beautiful cards. This one's more of an overall deck to do with Egyptology, so like sarcophagus, intuition, and it goes through a lot of the Egyptian gods as well. Satis, you've got the scarab beetles. There's stuff to do with Egyptology, like scarabs and canopic jars and all that sort of thing, as well as going through the gods. Scryin, Sekhmet, Selket, Set, the sun. No, Set is like Sutek, isn't he? Evil Set. Sheshita, the Siren Star, Subek, another god. You've got the Sphinx. That's what I mean. There's lots of Egypt stuff, like there's Sphinx and the Giza Plateau. Their little dolls, they go for the thing. Auset, which is the whole deck's based on her. Well, it's not based on her, it's named after her. Anubis, of course. Lovely Anubis. The Ankh. Like, it's good sim. Ra. Then they go through all the canopic jars. So you have the 4 canopic jars. Ptah, Osiris is in there. Nut, the Nile River. So as I said, it has lots of different things to do with Egypt in it. Let's have a look. Where's this one? There's lots of different gods, and then they have the canopic jars. Imhotep, the famous high priest. Lots of different things. Horus is in there. Hathor. So most of the main gods are going to be in there. Hapi, and the Great Pyramid of Khufu, and then the Giza Plateau. So I like that. The Blue Lotus, Bast, the Temple. So I feel with this deck, I like it because it is very much more to do. No, it's my kind of cup of tea. Like when I was looking at the Egyptian decks, I bought the Auset one first because that's the one I wanted, and I thought, oh, I want some Egypt decks, I'll buy the Isis Oracle. She was kind of an afterthought because this is the one I really wanted. And I think it's really stunning and really good, and it incorporates. I like decks that incorporate lots of different things, not just one theme, but incorporates lots of different things. And I just think this is fantastic to read with. You have the temples, the sacred ceremony, and I think it's really good to work with. I love these ones. These are my favourite ones of the Egyptian decks. I love it. Anyway, that's a little look at the Egyptian themed decks. I think there's like one other one that is not so good out there, but anyway, book first. You know, I put the books on the top for some reason, and it's like hard to put them back. Anyway, that's the Egyptian Oracle decks. Which one do you prefer? Put down in the thing. I think the Alana Fairchild one is more popular, but which one do you like? If you work with Egyptology and Egypt gods and deities, which one do you prefer? Isis Oracle or the Auset, or another one? If there's another one, put down in the comments. But yeah, that's for fantastic Egypt decks. Mabon is tomorrow, so happy Mabon to all of you, Mabon, to all those people out there, the beautiful autumn equinox. So have a great time with that, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Goodbye.